It's Jarius the Aquarius with my relatable revival. Hello and welcome, my fellow star sisters and brothers. Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Today I want to do something a little bit different. I'm gonna do the astrological chart breakdown of Miss Amber Portwood. I don't know if anybody else that follows me has ever watched the TV show Teen Mom or 16 and Pregnant on MTV, but she's famous for that. And I put Teen Mom's infamous Amber Portwood because she is a very controversial person, especially if you guys follow the Teen Mom still. And I kind of grew up watching it. I mean, it came out when I was about 10, so I've always watched it. I always liked reality TV. It was cool, to see how other people live and all that. But I mean, the most recent thing that has came out about her is, she accused her baby daddy, Gary Shirley, of SA, basically grape, which is so, you know what I'm saying? I never want to deny anyone's trauma, but we'll dissect. I wanted to dissect this woman's chart, and I wanted to see, what kind of energy she's working with, because I've always thought that, Amber was, pretty and beautiful, and she always kept herself up nice. She always had a lot of things going on, like mental health issues and stuff like that, which I'm very familiar with. I'm not judging. By the way, this is all for entertainment purposes. Disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not diagnosing anybody. It's just for fun for me. I am a newbie at astrology, and I love to watch astrological breakdowns of stars. I've learned a lot about astrology myself by watching videos like that. I'm going to start with basically a good background story from ChatGPT of who she is, so you guys can get familiar. So, if you've never watched Teen Mom and you don't know who she is, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. So, according to ChatGPT, Amber Portwood is a reality television personality best known for her appearance on MTV's Teen Mom. She gained widespread attention as one of the original cast members of the show, which followed the lives of young mothers facing various challenges. Amber became infamous for her tumultuous relationships, particularly her abusive relationship with her ex-fiancé Gary Shirley, and her struggles with anger management, legal issues, and substance abuse. One of the most significant events that contributed to her infamy was a 2010 incident where Amber was arrested for physically assaulting Gary, which was captured on tape and aired on Teen Mom. This led to her serving time in prison, as well as ongoing media attention surrounding her personal life. Amber's battles with mental health, addiction, and her custody battles over her daughter Leah, which she shares with Gary Shirley, have been a recurring theme throughout her public life. Despite her controversies, Amber has continued to be a prominent figure in the Teen Mom franchise and at times has used her platform to discuss her struggles and work towards self-improvement. So Miss Amber Portwood was born on May 14th, 1990 in Anderson, Indiana. There is no birth time out there on the internet, so the birth chart I use, I am using, my best knowledge with astrology and my gut intuition. And again, this is for fun, for entertainment purposes only. This is not me sitting here just trying to belittle or pick out all the negative things of somebody. I just, it's fun for me to practice, and I'm always up for critique and what I missed. If you have any comments, that'd be awesome. But Miss Amber Portwood is a life path 29 that breaks down to 11 and a 2, and I am using Chaldean numerology. Life path number 29, 11 and breaks down to a 2. Using Chaldean numerology, for anyone who's not familiar, this can describe the walking the line between success and self-destruction. It can bring issues with the opposite gender, indulgent in self-criticism and depressive behaviors. These people can tend to be the common factor of their issues, and they can be quote-unquote the problem 90% out of the time. Basically meaning she can get in her own way. If you have a life path number 2911 too, this could also resonate with you. A major lesson for her is to follow and listen to her intuitive hits or her higher self to navigate in this lifetime. And this can make someone's whole life theme around emotional maturity, which we've basically seen that broadcasted, ever since she was a young girl. I don't think she had Leah at 16, actually. I think she was 17 or 18, but she was still very young, when she became famous, and, she became famous, had a baby, and then I'm pretty sure she was engaged, and, that's a lot, for somebody. But the life path number 2911 too, it correlates because she has her North Node in Aquarius at the 11th degree. So that's just reinforcing that energy, that 2911-2 energy. So she marches to the beat of her own drum. So this goes in with the North Node in Aquarius. What's expected of her, she will consciously or unconsciously rebel against. Aquarius is all about rebelling against, the status quo. Not conforming to what's suspected of you, reject, distance herself from any obligations or responsibilities, and for her, that can be her children, represents her not conforming to what societal norms or what society would expect her to do, like I said, and being inspirational to young women to try to avoid pregnancy at a young age. So Miss Amber, she's got this North Node in Aquarius, like I said, and the picture I chose, that's so, Aquarius, the unique, the different hairstyle, the edginess, to be different than others, you know what I mean? She's always with her style, she's always doing something different with her hair, whether it's, she's dyeing a different color, it's a different shape, a different, if she has it wavy, straight, again, like she has a pixie cut there. I mean, not saying that she can't pull it off, but her having this North Node in Aquarius basically means this is kind of, the themes of her life, which is striving for freedom and independence, rebelling against the norms, focus on collective healing and growth, which she's wrote a book, and she is someone who speaks and advocates about mental health, like bipolar disorder and stuff like that. Unconventional parenting, this can mean becoming publicly vulnerable, moving towards group-oriented goals, again, with, being on TV about being a teen mom, being a young mom, getting across her story that, it's difficult, it's hard out here. Shout out to all my teen moms, girl, I see you. Anyways, and then this just means she's a controversial person, whether she can help it or not. Whether she became famous or not, she would have been controversial in some way with this North Node in Aquarius. Not necessarily, but her North Node in Aquarius conjuncts this decently sized Capricorn stellium, which I'm going to get into that too here in a little bit. But basically, with the North Node touching the stellium, which the stellium consists of, think Saturn, Neptune, the moon, and there's another one, Uranus. So those are some, very karmic, generational planets to have conjuncted to your North Node. So depression and Saturn themes are prevalent in her life, with her South Node in Leo at the 11th degree. As a young girl, she was searching for she could have been searching for admiration, affection, and love, which, she probably didn't get in the home, which we'll get into that again later. And she wanted to be seen and heard for who she really was, probably meeting Gary at a young age, and, that was like her rebelling against, her parents, and just, being able to do what she wanted. I don't know, because again, I'm not Amber Portwood, but this is just my take on it. But that is the North Node in Aquarius. So speaking about her love life, so she has a Mars in Pisces. So usually for women in traditional astrology today, Mars is going to be the type of men they attract, the type of men within her life, maybe the kind of guys that she likes, she dates, be friends, whatever. So she has a Mars in Pisces, which I also have my Mars in Pisces. So this is her wearing her emotions on her sleeve. You know, the victim-victimizer theme, you know, it's a big theme that plays out in her life. We see it. Attracting Pisces type men, and I don't mean this being rude, but you know, either, you know, if someone's got strong Pisces, even Neptune in their chart, you know, they can be like the whale types where they, you know, they can't keep weight off, or they could be the guppy types where they're like so skinny and, you know, they can't put on weight. So that's what I meant by the whale guppy like, okay? They could be like greasy, simps for her. And this is me, again, analyzing the Mars and Pisces and relaying it to what I've seen in her love life. So the men being simps for her, substance abuse being within the relationship, you know, not having a clear view of, you know, who she is, her mental illness, decisions and actions can be looked at as messy, you know, by other people. You know, other people might not understand where she's coming from. And then she has this Venus in Aries at the 11th degree, which again is reinforcing her life path number. So she can be quick to jump into relationships, which we've seen that, taking them very serious early on, going all in and burning out just as quick in relationships. She can be conflicted with self-love, abusive relationships, physical abuse. You know, she could be the bully or she could be the one getting bullied, which we've seen that also play out. Again, Aries is naturally ruled by Mars, so, you know, Mars and Venus, they're opposite, you know, even though they're like the ultimate lovers. But when Venus is with Aries, it's just not a real good placement to have. Not that it's, you know, automatically bad, but it explains a lot with her relationships. When I found out she had a Mars and Pisces with a Venus in Aries, and basically how they played out, and a lot of stories that have happened. So in the next clip I'm gonna play, I sourced this from @BeingViralTV YouTube. There is a trigger warning because she does get violent, but this is with her second baby daddy, Andrew. I'm not sure what his last name is, but she had her son James with him, and she eventually lost custody of her son James too because of domestic violence, which would play in with the Venus, Aries, and the Mars and Pisces. But yeah, here's the trigger warning. Again, here is the video.
What if James? I'm telling James that you're a trash bag.
Well, you should tell me you didn't want him. How about that?
Yeah, I will. I said that I wanted a baby later when I was in my 30s. 32 was when I wanted to have a baby.
Oh, sorry.
I have been on. So you tell me how I didn't have a baby for 10 years.
Well, how'd you have one with me then? How'd you have one with me?
Tell me how I had a motherfucking baby. Tell me how I had a fucking baby.
I'm holding James.
Tell me how.
I'm holding James.
Tell me how. In 10 years
I'm
I didn't have a
holding
baby.
James. Stop hitting me.
Answer the question.
Stop hitting me.
Tell me now
Stop
how I did not
me.
have a baby for 10 years.
Oh, I don't know.
Tell
Because
me.
you're smarter. You're on birth control maybe, or I don't know.
You
what?
fat ass, you ugly fat fuck. You don't deserve me. I'm gonna get my body back.
Nobody deserves this.
You're disgusting fat ass. I can't wait to I'm gonna blow you out the water. You will never have a career in this industry, but I will make hundreds of thousands of fucking dollars.
Why are you so abusive?
Because you're a disgusting, abusive man who used my body.
Oh, that's the story you're sticking to?
Yeah,
that's pathetic.
I will do a lie detector test and I'll have Lauren also.
Okay, do it.
You know what, you fat, ugly man?
That's crazy.
Fat and ugly inside of your soul.
No, I'm not.
Ugly, ugly, ugly.
You need to take your medicine.
10 years. 10 fucking years.
Take your medication.
10 fucking years I didn't get pregnant.
Oh, and how did I be the lucky one?
Can you speak fucking correctly?
How did I become the lucky one?
I think you're retarded. Seriously. Let's get real here. Let's get real here.
You're so mean. Like,
you're so mean.
You are.
I used your body and I lied to you.
Are you out of control of your body? Are you not out of control of your body?
I'm gonna say it to you one more time, you ugly fucking fat ass. Get out of my house now. Get out.
The truth comes out.
Take him and go.
Why are you acting like this?
I'm gonna make a statement to the press about everything. Get out of my fucking house.
Hey.
It's done. You have the audacity to say shit to me?
You need to calm down.
Bitch!
You need to take a medication too, please.
I'm making a statement. I'm making a statement to the press.
Why?
We are broken up and this is why.
Because I got you pregnant? That's gonna fly. Hey, Bubba's.
Yeah, you got him, go.
We both
1,
had sex.
2.
What? Stop.
Get the fuck out.
You
Get
gonna
out.
throw something at
Get
me
out.
like a baby?
Yeah,
Like,
I'll kill you. I will kill you. Get out. Get.
what is your going on?
So let's get into this Capricorn stellium that I was mentioning earlier on in the video. She has a Capricorn stellium consisting of her moon, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. So this can be like a cluster of limitations and restrictions with parenting, mental health illness and issues. Drugs can become before parenting, or just can be, she can have substance abuse issues, leading her to more chaos because, Uranus rules chaos. The mental health would be Saturn and Neptune there. The drugs would be Neptune. The moon would be, her parenting, her nurture over nature energy. Every time she has a baby, it could flip her world upside down, literally, meaning that, because with the moon and Saturn being, the parents, the moon parenting, Saturn, what parenting is all about, sacrifice and all that about Neptune, and then with Uranus there, bringing chaos, just flipping her world upside down. It could be overwhelming for her. And I'm not coming for anybody because I just had a baby this year too, and it's a lot, what I'm saying, especially someone who's got, mental health illnesses, issues, or whatever you may call it. Having a baby is a lot. Postpartum depression is a real thing, and we need more awareness towards it. So continuing the Capricorn stellium, her Capricorn moon could infer that her mom could have been both parents in her earlier years, or she could have just had to grow up quick, which she did. She was it could mean that she was parentified at an early age, or she had to grow up quick, and what she did, she got pregnant at a young age, and that leads to having responsibilities and feeling emotional obligations being placed on her at an early age. And again, she was parentified in some way. And then another signifier with her Capricorn moon conjunct Neptune, her Capricorn moon conjuncting that Neptune, she could have had a mother wound herself, being in prison on drugs and not focusing on her children in success. This can infer to her lying and presenting situations as she's always the victim. This could play out as emotional blackmailer or getting emotionally blackmailed. She could have a hard time with catching on to the vibes in the room, being disconnected from others' feelings, being kind of self-absorbed with what she's got going on, having a mother who drinks. So continuing the Capricorn stellium, she's got Capricorn in Uranus at the 9th degree, which could bring random upheavals, chaos, hypersexuality, unexplained actions with men, power struggles, her or them trying to be dominant. And with that unexplained actions with men, the one incident that happened, I think, earlier this year with her other boyfriend, Gary, who they were engaged and he ran away from her and she couldn't find him and stuff like that. And yeah, if you want to get into that story, that's a thing. Anyways, so we got Capricorn and Neptune conjunct Saturn. This can bring disillusionment around her struggles with mental health, thinking, I got this, I can handle this, I can take care of myself, even being a self-medicator, going to prison. This can mean institutions, going to prison and being in institutions, mental health facilities for her behavior and substance abuse issues. Karma for not being authentic. She could have a lot of karma for not being authentic. So Capricorn and Saturn, this is her learning things the hard way, being parentified, learning about obligations, restrictions, which come with being a parent, in a way that was kind of broadcasted to the world in a very karmic way that everyone kind of knows her flaws and knew her suffering. knew her trials and tribulations. So trials and tribulations are prevalent in her life. Also, depression and obstacles are frequent, and this can make it hard to let go of things. Which, with the recent thing with her first baby daddy, Gary Shirley, accusing him of those things, I just kind of thought, what were you thinking of, Leah? Were you thinking of your kids when you did that? I don't know. Other notable placements, she has her, here in this picture, first let me say, she did write a book. I haven't read it. If anyone has read it, leave a comment down below. Is it worth it? Is it good? Is it any good? But she did write a book, which is, also North Node in Aquarius, being vulnerable, sympathizing with the collective, trying to reach the collective with her story. She has her Jupiter in Cancer, which, could bring the luxuries and riches and her legacy being around being a mother, the Teen Mom show, and basically just, being wealthy and be able to, work, her lifestyle being her work. So Chiron conjuncts this Jupiter, which kind of can depress this energy. So it's her deepest, biggest wounds are around nurturing herself and her children. There is a need to be more grateful for the opportunities motherhood has brought her, and to be grateful for her babies and cherish them more. And all the cans that come with this legacy is part of her deepest wound. Like all the cons that come with this legacy is part of her deepest wound. So also her emotional nature blocking happiness and that higher connection to God. So basically for Amber Portwood, I would say, I sympathize with her because she's at war with herself inside. Basically, that's all I'm going to say, to wrap it up, But she has her sun in Taurus at the 23rd degree, which reinforces her birth number 5, which this can make her attractive, have great sex appeal, be very appealing to the eye. She loves to play with makeup and clothes, and there was even a point where she intended to start a clothing brand, and shows her keeping, herself up with beauty standards or trends. And that also goes with the North Node in Aquarius, doing different, eccentric, exciting things with her hair and her appearance. That also goes in with that North Node in Aquarius. So she does have her sun in Taurus conjunct her Mercury, which can, make her a little bit more on the stubborn side or pessimistic side. I think, so I am. So that can really play out with, her already being such an emotional being, which we all are emotional beings, but, this is someone who really operates through emotions and has a lot of karmic lessons and hard lessons around her emotions and dealing with them and balancing them. So she's very controversial. There's reasons. It's valid that she's infamous. It's valid that she's controversial, but she is Amber Portwood. I do sympathize with people with mental health issues or just trauma that they weren't able to really, get the right help with, at the right time, or things like that. So anyways, this was fun for me. This is a new thing for me. If you guys like it and you want more content like this, you have any ideas of any celebrities I could break down, I would love to do it. I am a newbie, so bear with me if I do say no, because if I don't know a lot about them. But anyways, this was so much fun. Thank you for staying all the way. If you did stay all the way to the end of the video, please leave a like, share, comment, or subscribe if you want to, and turn on that notification bell button for more videos, because I will be posting more. Thank you.